It's officially garage sale season in Michigan. I am at a huge community garage sale. I'm so excited. This is a new area for me, and I'm hoping to get some goodies. I got a little bag of goodies, some cute little figurines, and a picture frame. I'll show you in the haul. This is a whole box. In the bottom is vintage glasses, and there's some brass in there. I got some new with tags, jeans, and men's under. These are all men's clothing, all new with tags. My total spend was $42. Sure if I mentioned it, it was $5 for the first garage sale. My reselling friends in Pennsylvania were texting me early this morning saying that they were all out at garage sales, but it had been raining early this morning. So I had to wait that out a little bit. Now the sun is kind of out. It's still a little cloudy. It almost looks like it might sprinkle at any time. But I am so glad that they encouraged me to get out there. I'm going to go down and hit the next garage sale. It's right down the road here. This bag has a pair of shoes, an entire set of silverware, and some salt and pepper shakers. And I also got some butterfly gold dishes, the Corel kind. I spent $43. I didn't get anything at that garage sale. She had some really interesting candle holders. She had a price of $65 and then a little note above that that said that they go for like $170 some on eBay, but I don't trust that anybody knows how to look up sold comps versus listed comps, and I didn't feel like dickering with that, so I just left those. Other than that, I didn't see anything else that I wanted to pick up. Let's see if there's another yard sale down the way. This is all clothes and shoes, another $15.50. Do you guys remember this? Rock'em Sock'em. I got two Ralph Lauren twin comforters for $5 each and two pairs of men's Dickie work shorts. Total $12 at that garage sale. It started out as a rainy Friday, and then I was able to come out and do the yard sales. I was very encouraged by my Pennsylvania friends who were out early this morning. They were like done by, well, the one was done really early, like I think she was home by 8:30, something like that. And the other reseller friend of mine, he went out a little bit later, and I was like, well, let me just try. And now I have a whole car full. The trunk is full. There's stuff in the back seat and my front seat here and down in the wheel well there. Can't wait to show you guys everything I got, all my goodies. At the first garage sale, I saw that she had little figurines. I think they were mostly all cats. And then she had a lot of picture frames back in the garage where she was sitting, and she kept yelling out, "Picture frames for $1, less than the Dollar Tree," which is true. I thought that was hilarious. In fact, these little figurines, she had them each for $1 also. Aren't they cute? I like them as the pairs. She had these in a rubber band, and then she had these in a rubber band. And they're both Otagiri. Let's see if I can get my camera to focus on that for you. Oh, maybe not. Let's try another one. Oh, there you can see that sticker really well. That sticker looks like it's brand new. Oh, it's upside down. Little Otagiri. I just love them. Little cutie pies. And there's the sticker on that one. And the sticker on this one. It's a little mangled. It looks like the price sticker is still kind of on there. But that's okay. But look at those. I think they might be coming to a future whatnot sale. And obviously I could list them on eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, Knickknacks, all the platforms. And then out of all the picture frames she had by that table or on that table, this one was the only one that looked like this. The other ones were like big 8x10, kind of simple, plain picture frames. And this has a lot of crazing to it. Love the blue and white. And I thought, there's no way this is going to be what I thought it was. And it was. It's Delft. It says right there. I'm going to set it down here. Let's do it this way. It says Delft blue, hand painted. I'm going to have to look up that logo to see if there's like more of a brand name with that E with a little crown on top like that. But it looks like paid tax-free, so it might have been bought like while she was traveling. Maybe she was in the Netherlands and bought this in the airport or something like that. It says $13.95. She probably bought this a long time ago. And that is my little tiny haul. I paid $5 for the entire lot. Oh, there was a dollar for that too. So I think that's pretty good for the first garage sale that I hit up for the season. I got this at another garage sale. I think the first thing I picked up was this chunky cardigan. Look at the colors on it. I'm always attracted to bright colors and not familiar with this brand, Edited, with a spelling of EDIKTED, Edited. $2 for this. I just buy things at garage sales. I'm not comping them out unless I'm really not sure about something. But with clothes, I always like, when it comes to cardigans, the least you could sell it for is like, $8 to $10. But I'm like, no, this is really nice. So I'm looking at somewhere in the $20 to $25 range and possibly higher. I did look on eBay right before I started this video, and some of them were even priced as high as $35. But I don't want to list it up now in the middle of summer. And I know it's going to add to the death pile, but I'm going to wait and list it up later because I think it'll do better price-wise. Then she had piles of clothes for, like herself in one table and then like our husband's on another. And these back here are Dickies. These are the men's, like, Dickies shorts. At first I thought they were pants, which I thought, oh, that'll be great, And she's like, oh, no, they're shorts. And I got a gray pair and a black pair there. And I think she charged, oh, my goodness, now I can't remember. I'm going to say that these were, like, $1 a piece. I don't think she was charging too much for them. He's probably surprised anything sold of his. She also had a lot of shoes, and I like the way she labeled this one, size 7, $1. I was like, you got me at $1. Let me see what brand they are. They're Born. So it's an okay brand. It's not going to sell for, a heck of a lot. But I was like, they're in really good condition. Better than thrift store prices, right? They would probably have these up at like $6 or something like that. So I would expect to get somewhere in that like $20 to $25 range for these Born. They're like loafers with this, strap on them. Here's the rest of the items that I got at that garage sale. Let's start over here. I got this for 50 cents. Just gotta love the prices. Is George. You gotta be careful. You can't just buy everything that says George, when you're out and about. I got this because it's red checked. The other thing that you normally want to look for is like a size, XL, a large, extra large, I got this and it's a medium, but for 50 cents, there's just no way I can't make profit on this. And love the red and black checkered pattern on it. It's a button down. So I'm expecting to get somewhere in that $15 to $20 range for this one. Over here, these are Vans. Look at that yellow color. And very little cleanup is needed. I'm going to, scrub the dirt off the white there. That won't take too long. Just love this brand. Again, another $20 to $25 for these. Paid $3. And then I saw these boots and I'm like, oh, those are nice. And everything's in really good condition. That's what I was looking at. I'm like, $1. Now, the brand is called Time True. And they're 8.5, which is a good size. And for boots, I think I could probably get in that, same $20 to $25 range. Let me look up that brand for a second and see if I can get any prices, even though it's like May. It's really hard to get prices on winter items like that. I looked up some recent solds of this brand. Some of them were like these booty style where, or ankle, like just above the ankle. And some of them were the taller boots. And they are selling between like $15 and $18. So I wasn't expecting a lot out of these, but I can't not pick them up for $1. I would never buy anything like this in a thrift store where they want, $5 for it. I just can't. The last item from that garage sale is this sweater, and it looks kind of plain, and I was like, oh, but it's nice, nice color. I'm like, oh, it's made well. That's cool. $1. That right away, I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to get this. The Madewell jeans we know sell well, but I thought, let me just grab the sweater. And then I noticed it was a different color on the back, and it's a button down on the back. I'm like, oh, that is so fun. So definitely got this for $1. Again, expecting to get, $20 to $25 for it. These were an interesting find. This speckled pair, it's kind of like a green color. These are Spanx. She had $4 on these, and I was like, anything with the word Spanx, I am getting. That's a good price. These will probably be up there in terms of reselling them. I'm thinking, like $30, maybe more for those. And then this is really pretty. First off, the color. Highlighter orange, I just love it. It's got this like lace back to it. And if I open this up a little bit, she had $4 on this too. What, did the price tag fall off? Maybe it did. It was just a piece of tape. It's probably somewhere. Anyway, she wanted $4 for this as well. And it says Power Hold by Fabletics. So, again, another really good brand. Oh, there's the $4 price tag. I knew it was somewhere. It looks like she didn't wear them. My only thought is I noticed she was pregnant. So, she probably was like, there's just no way I'm going to get back into these, after she's done with, having the baby. So she thought, why not sell them? And that's probably what she was doing with this too. So I did pay up for these two items. Again, I think I can get like $25 or more for the Fabletics. This was an interesting garage sale. There was bins out on the driveway filled with new with tags clothes, all men's clothes. I started digging in it. I thought, oh, let me get this, out. Like, oh, that's Tommy Hilfiger, size large. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. I was looking at these and I was like, are these really boxer briefs? They're awfully huge, but I guess they are. I'm going to consult with my husband, but they look like those are boxer briefs. At first I thought it was a bathing suit. And then I saw, oh, wait a sec. This also looks like boxer briefs. These are jockey. And some of these might have original price tags on them, $18.50. This is just all new with tags. She was charging $3 each for the items. And I was like, well, for new with tags, because I was like, well, at the very least, you can sell new with tag men's underwear for like $9 at the least. But this is $18 it was originally priced at. And then I have a pair of Sean John. Now, I actually don't know that name. I'm going to have to look it up, but I was like, okay. I just love the pattern. Look at that. Colors on that. And it was sold at Macy's. And it looks like it was originally $18 and he got it for like 65% off. So he paid $6.30. So she told me that her brother had passed away and that these were all his items and that he was a shopper and he loved to shop, and he would get so many items. He would go out and basically thrift the sales. In the back here are 4 pairs of new with tags, Falls Creek's men's jeans. There's 2 of this like brown khaki and the really dark blue. I guess that, no, that looks black. And then these are the lighter blue pants. Now, Falls Creek is not, you know, an expensive brand by any means, but I just couldn't resist. I'm like, $3. I can probably sell these for between $15 and $18 a piece. So that was a no-brainer. In fact, here's a sale tag on it. It says 18 and then 14 was the sale. So I was like, yep, I wanted to get all these. And then I also dug in the bins and I grabbed these. There was more of them. I just grabbed 2. I don't even know anything about these. I was like, they're just too interesting. This one, unless there might be, I don't know if there's 2 in there or if there's pants attached. This one's awfully thick and this one looks to be just a top. So this is going to be a pay to learn. See if that is something I can sell or not. For $3 a piece, I was like, I'm going to take a chance. I tried to buy all her bins. She had 3 bins of the clothing. And I said, how much do you want for all of it? And she was like, oh no, I'm not doing that. You're not the first person to ask this morning. And I'm like, I guess not. You know, all this new with tags clothing. And she was like, I'm making too much money selling them at $3 a piece. And she goes, and they're selling like hotcakes. That was her exact quote. I thought that was pretty funny. As I got into the garage, what did I see but these butterfly glasses? I was like, oh, I said, oh my goodness, look at those. I said, I remember these growing up in the 70s. And she agreed, like, yes, these are, you know, old. They are Libby. You're not going to be able to see that little L on the bottom, but these are the Libby glasses. I have 5 of the shorter ones and 3 of the taller ones. She was so glad that somebody wanted these. Us vintage people, we can make people happy by saving all of this from the landfill. So she's like, how about $3.50 for all of them? Great. You know, I would have paid a lot more anywhere else. And then she had these brass sconces sitting on the table. And I was like, I'll take these too. Beautiful candle ones. $5 for the pair. I would expect to get somewhere in the $15 to $20 range for these 3 and the $25 to $30 range for this set of 5. I'm not sure about the brass sconces, how much I could get for them. I will tell you when I list them up. That'll be in a future video. At another garage sale, the woman had a lot of toys that I wasn't interested in, but then I saw these Ralph Lauren twin comforters, $5 each. I asked her some questions about them. She's like, oh, I had them in my guest bedroom. I'm like, perfect. Just love that answer. She did say that the one here has the blue piping and the other one doesn't. So they are different that way. I am going to list them up separately, but for $5 each, I just could not resist. I'm expecting to get pretty good money for these, maybe in the $40 to $45 range for each of them. At that same garage sale, I had actually bought those men's Dickies shorts that I showed you earlier in another haul. I got things mixed up because it was all just thrown into my car. I thought I bought them with the other items, but I actually bought them from her, and she did charge me $1 each for those Dickies shorts. The woman did ask me if I was a reseller, and I nonchalantly said yes, and then kept shopping and adding to my piles. And then she started asking me a bunch of questions. She was not upset that I was a reseller. It's not always a bad thing. She asked me, where do you sell online? And I told her all the platforms. And then she was like, well, how do you get paid? Do you need one of those cash apps? And then I kind of explained that to her. And then, so I did remind her that if you're going to sell online, which I don't think she was going to, that you need packing materials, boxes, poly mailers for the clothes. And that seemed to scare her a little bit. I could see it in her eyes. So I was like, oh, well, you can always sell on Facebook Marketplace. And she's like, oh, I've done that before. I've only sold one item. And then she proceeded to tell me, she's like, well, I have some extremely rare Pyrex that I'm not willing to let go of yet. I was thinking, oh my Lord, oh my. I wish I had some sort of business card, because I guess I could have just wrote it down on a piece of paper or something like that. Like, hey, if you need help with the Pyrex, you know, give me a call kind of thing. I'm sure we could have worked something out. And so now it's got me thinking. I didn't want to just give her my phone number, you know, in her cell, like in her cell number. She would not know who I am. She wouldn't be able to remember my name to even look me up in her cell phone. But I was like, oh, I should have business cards, because sometimes in the reselling business, it's all about connections. This is the last haul of the yard sales, and I think I did really well. They had this flatware bin just full of all of this gold brass colored flatware. I'm going to say it looks more brass than, I mean, it's the color of gold, but it looks like it's brass. Maybe it's just brass plated, but there is so many items in here. Little spoons, little knives. I can make so many sets. There's serving utensils. Oh, here's one that's not brass. A random one. And that, oh, it does have a name on the back. I'm looking at this at the same time you guys are. It's so tiny. I can never make it out initially. Oh, it's Rogers Brothers Adoration. Oh, I'll have to look at those marks there. It says IS. I gotta make sure. It says 1947. It always says 1847 Rogers Brothers. That's a typical stamp. Gotta figure out what that IS stands for. There's these knives over here, and I can already see there's something written on that one. It is so itty bitty that sometimes what I do is I take a picture, because I don't think this is gonna focus enough that I can figure it out here, you know, or sometimes I can zoom in with my camera. Let's get it the right way. Maybe we can figure it out together. Oh, it's Dena. So Dena Light is a flatware company. Although I swear that says Dena something. Well, I'll have to find out. I'm going to check out some of the other knives and see if I can get a better name for you guys. I actually asked for, I think they had it listed up for $35, and I said, oh, can I get it for $30? They said they were selling it for someone else and that they could call her and get back to me, and they get my phone number. I'm thinking, there's no way I'm driving the whole way home and then driving back to get this. So I looked around, and these were with it. That's another story. Let me zoom back in here. That goes with the silverware. I'll tell you that in a second. But they had these out on an outdoor table, and I said, oh, I'll take those, you know, teacups and saucers. How much do you want for those? And I think it was like $2 or $3, something like that for these. And so I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to take the silverware for $35, no big deal. And so I was paying for that, and they were helping me wrap everything up. And then I went to the car, but I didn't pull away right away. And one of the gentlemen, there was like 5 or 6 people in this garage sale, running the garage sale. He came out and knocked at my window, and he says, I think the salt and peppers go with this. And I was like, oh, okay, let me come back and get those. And that's what this is. So I got a set of 8 of these. Now, these would be like individual, ones where if you're, each person gets their own set at the table. So I have to think about how I want to, sell them. And this is the Deer Light ones. It is so itty bitty on the back there. I'll put a picture in of a close-up on the name. And Deer Lake makes the tall ones too, like the table version ones, and these are like the individual ones. So maybe I'll do it up as, a set of 4 and a set of 4. I don't know, maybe I should just do it as a set of 8, then it's technically for, a 4-person place setting type of quantity. And then this I'm just going to be parsing out into I don't know how many different lots. I mean, look at all the giant spoons back here. They got the sugar spoon. There's a ladle. There is just so much here. I'm not sure about how much I will get for the butterfly gold corral dishes. I have just 2 saucers by themselves, and then I have the 4 place setting here with the teacup and saucer. But I have more corral dishes upstairs, so I have to look and see if I can put them together and maybe create place settings or a bigger set or something like that. I also have a box full of it that I haven't listed yet. So there's that. There's always something in the death pile, aka the money pile, that you haven't listed up. So I can also put that together. And then I'll have to let you know as I list this up. I have no idea what to price this at. There's just so many place settings in there. This was my first time out doing the yard sales this year. In Michigan, it starts a little later, so here it is in May, and I finally got out to my first neighborhood yard sales, and I got so many goodies. See you on the next one.